early afternoon. My name's Micah. Joined here by my friend Misha. Misha's playing in the U1600 section today, but has found himself with an early point buy. So here we go. How do you feel getting to jump into the booth for a second?
I did not expect to do this,
It's
but feel legit.
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like I actually know how to play chess.
All right, I think are the games about to start? We might. All right, we're getting right into the mood in the first game. Okay, look at this. So we get starting with an English on board one. That's going to be wow, yeah. We have Sydney Strauss versus Donnell Sutton. So Sydney is actually this is her breakout appearance at Bushwick Chess. Sydney is a good friend and a stellar chess player. So very excited to see her perform today. This is going to be pretty big news for the Twitter circle online. That's going to be really fun. Shout out to Chess Chat. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. And yeah, so Donnell is actually he's one of our top players out of most of our BrookLAN tournaments. So very exciting to see some early attack coming on Donnell's side. This bishop b4 here, extremely. He's being very provocative right away. He understands how to attack the English. That's going to be a big deal. So that's going to be something to deal with this pin right away. I mean, of course, but bishop d2 probably seems fine. Wait, speaking of Misha, what kind of openings do you feel like you play?
E4.
E4. See, okay,
No, I'm
E4
really I'm gonna be honest.
like
I'm
you're
on a
like
chess
you like
stream.
light chess.
I played as a kid.
Okay.
Because my grandfather was a master, and I learned how to play chess before I could speak English.
Whoa.
But then I sort of, when I turned 11, 12, it kind of left me. And then I think after my grandfather passed away, I don't know, I started reconsidering chess again.
Okay.
But I'm I have muscle memory for chess from when I was a kid.
Okay.
But I'm definitely really, getting back. I don't really know much theory. I kind of improvise and stuff.
That's the beautiful thing about Bushwick Chess, in my opinion, is you don't really need to know a ton of theory. And honestly, I feel like at this point, as long as you're practicing and learning, you're gonna keep finding ways to improve. Your section today, for instance, is the U1600 section. It's gonna be our first ever U1600 section, so it's extremely exciting to know that while on board one, we're gonna see some pretty heavy aggression here from the players. Very solid attacking chess. The U1600 section is going to be a little bit more friendly as well. That's going to be an interesting place to kind of keep an eye on as we go throughout the day. Along with board one here that we get the full DGT expression of, we're also joined with board two of the open section to the left of the players, and then to the right of the players, we actually have the top board of U1600. So hey, if you got 1 point already, in theory, you might be on board one the next round. So who knows? We might get to say hey to you.
Well, damn. I hope that doesn't happen. But
understandable.
No, but my approach, I'm fully expecting to get my ass kicked a few times.
Good.
And but I'm kind of, I don't know.
Now do you see this? Ooh, something
fell. Something's fallen. Yeah.
Okay, we got it. Move that out of the way.
We're good.
Whew. All right. So yeah, I was speaking of things collapsing in on you. This bishop pin is no longer a big threat for Sydney, as she has safely castled, and now she has the ability to move her knight off of c3 at any point that she needs. So things are in a pretty safe position right now. I would say that one of the bigger issues is, I don't know, maybe this pawn on e4 seems, it's kind of blocking the light square bishop. And might become somewhat of a threat at some point. Black has also got an awesome semi-open file right now on the F file for that rook. So in theory, the rook has the ability to come in quickly later in the game. We'll see what Sydney can come up with. This is also, luckily today is going to be a rapid game, so it's 10-2. That means about 25 minutes per game. We're going to go into round 1 and 2 pretty quickly with a soft break, 2 rounds later in the day with a soft break, and then we'll finish up with the last 2 rounds. So going to be a full day of chess. I think that'll be a nice little show for everybody at home as well today. Shout out to anyone in the chat right now. I think let me see if I can actually get this chat up because I want to be able to talk to everybody today because I feel like we have a good amount of people hanging out. So yeah, shout out. There you go. I can actually see the chat now. Shout out to anybody who's hanging out. But yeah, I mean the position seems okay. We've got the knight has been moved to d5. So hopefully, I think maybe Sydney's like thinking maybe about bringing this e pawn to d5 once the capture happens. Kind of recreating a nice structure there. Donnell's bringing the bishop to c5's nice. You're pinning the f pawn to the king right now. The king will need to step away to h1. It doesn't have to happen right now, but at some point you're going to want to move the king over to free yourself. Because at some point, I assume Sydney's going to maybe launch back with f4 in the future. It would give some of her pieces a little bit more cohesion for the attack. Right now, it seems like both players just kind of looking for weaknesses right now. So that'll be an interesting situation.
You guys got a great camera angle set up on the players.
Oh yeah, this is a huge shout out by the way.
As I say that,
you say it as you say. I kind of actually enjoy the blur. I think it as it kind of blurs in and out a little bit is quite nice. But yeah, shout out to our executive producer today. We have Tucker. Tucker's in the back room right now. He has got great camera angles on all sides. He's the one keeping an eye on the DGT board. And look, there we go. The e pawn moves itself to d5. And now, now Donnell has like not quite an outpost knight. It theoretically speaking is an outpost knight, so you're probably gonna want to trade it off. Like White's gonna, I assume, take here. But then Donnell's whole point was that now he's gonna get the bishop to d4, and then it's truly an outpost. You have to move the rook, and then connect 4 exactly. Thanks, Minkle Moment. I think Connect 4 is always winning. So as long as you're getting Connect 4, you're in for.
That's when the pawns are.
Yeah, the pawn chain from A to D.
There's some good looking pawns.
Yeah, absolutely. So she's definitely got a lot of like big questions coming through. The weaken the D4 bishop with F4. Yeah, I feel like one of the things I'm trying to figure out right now is where Sydney's going to try to get this light square bishop. The bishop on g2, with the d pawn there, going to be blocked for a while. So at some point maybe it'll free itself up and have some fun. But I don't really see a great place for it just yet. We can find something in the near future. The pin is quite nice. I would think that Donnell has the time advantage right now. In my opinion, I think he may have to consider playing h6 just to kick that bishop out of the way, or to request a trade. I think so. Yeah. Minkle saying preferring the space on d5. I think the space advantage is quite nice. And the F file for sure. F file is going to be the big issue. Also, I have a feeling that Donnell's going to maybe. With this black bishop on c5, there's h6. Yep. So we're asking the big question on what that bishop wants to do. I would bring the bishop back to e3 at this moment. I feel like there's going to be a really big issue about the bishop on c5 for black, maintaining this pin on the pawn, the f2 pawn, because now once the dark square bishop for white is moved, we're going to be in a bit of a interesting scenario here. So I definitely think that the f2 pawn is going to get a little weak at some point. So can we get the music in the hall turned up a little? Tucker, if that's something that's possible on your end, I just realized.
Do they mean turn down?
It says little loud in the regular areas. Oh, I don't know. We'll see about that.
Maybe
we'll see about that for the next
down.
round. Yeah. I think, but he says turned up. Yeah, for sure.
Because Conflicting signals.
Yeah, right. Up or down. He says a little loud in the regular areas. Up or down. But yeah, I think and the trade. I feel like the trade's fine. You are gonna, Black is now recapturing with the rook most likely. I would assume. Otherwise, you have the queen. Okay.
F file.
Yeah.
It's getting spicy.
Yeah. I think that a lot of this attack right now is definitely going for Sydney. She's here to play some chess today. She says, okay, by all means, I'll attack the queen. She's going to relieve herself of the pressure of this bishop on c5. If Sydney brings the heat to Donnell today, I just wanted to be known. Our field is pretty strong, but if Sydney gets a win on Donnell, which I think at this moment I'm not entirely sure what Sydney's in-game is going to look like. She's going to be pressured on the clock, and I really don't want her to flag. I think that's going to be the thing that I would be most to see. Yeah, we're taking away the bishop, so that's going to be nice. But yeah, she's half of the clock. She's doubled some pawns. She's got this amazing pawn on d5. So it's almost a pass pawn. It's not quite yet. But also for compensation, Black has the most disgusting outpost bishop right on d4. So this is going to be a bit of a fireworks. I think he's going to maybe be playing a little bit for tricks. Not tricks, but he's going to play on the clock. He's going to keep her pressured, and then at some point he's going to try and provoke a blunder of some sort. He's probably playing on the queen side now. I would assume it's Sydney's move, but at some point I feel like b5's coming, just really crashing into this beautiful pawn chain that White has. Be an easy way to start targeting down. But no, we just decide to not allow any pawn push here at the moment. Black is maintaining a blockade on the semi-pass pawn situation we've got here. The White's position definitely feels like she's gotten a lot. The only issue here is that she's going to be playing on increment for quite a few moves if we don't pick up the speed. That's going to be in the rapid section today. The biggest issue is going to be once you get a little low on the clock, you just really have to start making moves quickly. And with such a time advantage right now, I think that's going to be maybe one of the biggest issues. But okay, we're seeing what's going on. Yeah, he's making every move pretty much immediately at this moment. So that's definitely going to be the way that he pressures Sydney today is in the time format.
What is this streaming on, by the way?
We're streaming today on Twitch.
On Twitch?
We're at Bushwick_chess.
Okay.
Feel free to
I'm sending it to my friends.
Yeah,
because I'm famous now.
You're
look.
famous now.
I know.
Yeah.
Look.
Say hey, everybody. Hey at home.
Hey, Mom.
But yeah. This will also be clipped. You'll see yourself on YouTube for a bit too.
Cool.
So that's nice. Yeah, this will be a nice day. I'm excited to have people from the U1600 section to come in too, because this is a nice experience for us to kind of see what it feels like on the other side of the board, because it's really easy to in your head to think like a professional chess player sometimes when we're not the ones on the time pressure, when we're not the ones having to think about anything, because we're just hanging out. We're just looking at two people playing chess.
Speaking of time pressure.
Yeah, she is definitely on time pressure. And Donnell has been blitzing out moves. So he is one. Yeah, and here comes b5. We're going to start attacking the pawn chain. I feel like the biggest issue here is that Black's going to have a lot of obvious moves. You really want to just keep creating a lot of pressure. It's just crashing through and obviously, with such a small amount of time, Sydney's going to have to really pick it up. And Donnell, we don't have ratings on the screen right now, but Donnell is currently in the New York club rating system. Donnell is currently rated 1990. So he is definitely at the top of the pack of players. He placed, I believe, second in the tournament last year at our first March Rapid Open, and he placed again this year as well. So he is very strong and he's always looking for a good fight. So
He's keeping the time pressure. He's using the clock.
absolutely.
Well.
And I think Sydney had a pawn on. There it is. Pawn on c4. Okay. The pawn floated away for a moment, so that was interesting. And yeah, now black just takes over the open b file, and this is where a lot of the pressure is going to end up. We're gonna at some point he's probably thinking to bring his rook to b2 and just keep thematically attacking this f2 pawn. Oh, okay. Little counterplay here with b2, and then you're attacking the f2 pawn. The king is currently not protecting the f2 pawn alongside the rook, and the pawn is now officially pinned. So that's going to be one of the bigger issues. And she's 18 seconds. She's got to make these moves quick. Yeah, this will unfortunately be on round one. This will be somewhat of a flagging scenario. There you go. She sees the clock. She knows what she's up to. And he's really I think he's gonna try and flag her here. I think he's probably still playing at this point. He's definitely gonna be trying to play good chess. I wouldn't see a situation in which he would ever let that slip away if he can. He's a very strong player, so he wants to pressure on the clock, but he definitely doesn't want to make a mistake here. If he drops a piece and then she starts speeding up like a blitz player, there's a potential for anything to happen. She's got 4 seconds to go. And it looks like she has flagged.
Damn.
Neither player, I think, at the moment recognizes. She flagged. There she goes. Damn. All right, and that's it. All right, round one. I mean, an amazing game. That was Sydney. Sydney has been playing at the Marshall quite regularly, so she is definitely learning chess in an astounding fashion. And today, today was. Oh, we have a. Okay, there it is. Yeah, today is a first game against Donnell. That was definitely her first big task. So, but shout out to Sydney and shout out to everybody on Twitter for I'm sure keeping along and seeing that game. That was really cool. Donnell's gonna be the person to beat today. Then it seems. And on board 2, I think I want to see if we can see anything on any of these games. Yeah, on board 2 over there we see Alan Moore Suzuki. So that's going to be Alan and Donnell are going to have the biggest fight today. I have a feeling the two of them are some of the stronger players. So very exciting to see. And I wonder.
Oh, y'all can zoom the other
you can
boards.
you can zoom all the way through. So
That's
we have
cool.
actually Alan's the one down on time right now. And let me do a material count. We have 2 rooks for both, queens for both, knights for both, and then that's 5 pawns versus 5. Wow, this is an equal position it seems. But I mean, obviously at the same time, Alan's the national master, so I feel like he really likes giving people the feeling of comfort. He wants you to believe that you're safe, and then he wants to. He'll speed up. He'll play bullet chess against you as it goes on. He's also the one being attacked right now. So all of White's pieces are a lot closer into the attack. Thank you. Atadme. This is I know you have to stand for Sydney. We're hoping to see her back on today. There are 6 rounds, so if she keeps performing well, she's definitely going to find herself back on board 1 or 2 today. So that's really nice. So shout out, and we'll keep that as a big look as we go through the day. That was a great game too with Donnell. But yeah, here I feel like Alan. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're. I would have even considered. Oh well, maybe not. Oh, I see. Okay, so you need a block, and then now you're taking the pawn. Or not taking the pawn. Wait. Black has a pawn, then the rook on. Yeah, okay. Black protecting the rook. Oh, and here it is. Oh, gross. Wait. Oh. Yeah, there it is. Boom, and that's it. Good game. Yeah. I was like, Alan's not gonna miss that.
Even I saw that.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing with these higher rated players. He's like, oh man. I mean, Alan is definitely gonna be in the bigger. We have one board that tracks pieces. Unfortunately, our boards 2 and 3 today, we're gonna have to look at a little bit more on the old style, the classical style. But it is nice that we have these beautiful esports chairs. Shout out to BrookLAN. BrookLAN is the location that we're playing today, and it's it's definitely an excellent situation. So shout out to Alan for winning his game. And we have look at that, we have Sam Sharf. She has got 5 seconds on her clock against Ben Beardsley nonetheless. Wow, Sam versus Ben Beardsley. These are two also very strong players. Ben was playing in the Cinco de Mayo tournament in May 5th that we just had. It was a team blitz battle. Ben Beardsley was board 1 against again in the field. He was playing for Team Marshall, and Sam, speaking of Marshall, she's been playing the Marshall Chess Club for quite a while now, and she's on a huge tear. I think she's in the late 1700s USCF right now, classical. She usually is playing Catalan structures, so I assume she probably found herself into something like that today. But as you can see, she is pressured on the clock. She's going to have a lot of problems there today. She's going to have to play really quickly, and she's going to need to really come in strong. Looks like her plan is to get both rooks onto the 7th rank, and yeah, you're going to hopefully look for a draw at this point. Yeah, maybe bounce back and forth for a second. You're not gaining too much time. Don't flag. Don't flag. Yep, there we go. And go for the draw. Go for the draw.
Yeah.
There we go. Whew. All right.
So they agreed to draw.
I would assume so, but
or
I would assume.
Well, why? I mean,
it could have been.
He had a lot more time though.
Well, it would have been threefold, but she could have asked for a draw and he could have agreed, and they could have shook.
Huh. With that little time though.
Yeah, we're gonna have to double check on that one for sure.
He had the advantage there. Probably.
He definitely had the advantage. I mean, he was also pressuring the clock as well. So, and I wonder. I think that might be it for the round at the moment. As we clear up these last few boards. Yeah. It looks like the open section and the U1600 are finishing up pretty quickly. We have one last game there, and Maya was on board 1 in the U1600, so that's really cool. But it looks like things are working up. So we might cut to a short break. Get ourselves set up. Thank you so much for hanging out for a little bit, Misha.
Yeah,
for sure.
Great. This is great.
What do you think? You think you learned a little bit for the next round? We're gonna see you out there in a second. That's gonna be.
I learned that there's a chance that I'll be streamed, which is terrifying.
Everybody, stay in the. Misha, by all means, you're good to jump out. Everybody, we're gonna